Let's compare this result already now to the last week's result.
In the last test, we played 30,000 marbles, 6 marbles failed, and we used 2 out of 30 tracks for a score of 0.16. In this test, we played 2,000 marbles so far, 0 marbles have failed, and we're using 4 of 38 tracks, which gives us a score of 0.02. And my goal for today is to beat the previous score and set a new all-time record for the Marble Machine X. Let's see if we can do that. This was quite a 3D puzzle to design and assemble. I've used one of my favorite design techniques. I split the design in the middle. When putting 2 mirror holes together, we get a perfect internal marble path. I absolutely love working with this technique. The flat-head bolts look so nice in the countersunk birch plywood, and on the backside you can see the bolts have threaded into the internal threads in the plywood. Perhaps I used a few too many bolts here, but it's a nice feeling with this package that goes together so well. The purpose of this design is to create some friction for the marbles, to reduce some weight of the marble cube pressing downwards. I'm trying to create the longest marble path possible to create maximum resistance. Here's a technique I learned from watching Andreas Vandel's YouTube channel. By tapping these screws lightly, get a little point and you know exactly where to pilot drill. And then when you assemble things assemble nicely. The plywood module has 8 channels, 2 channels for the snare drum and 2 channels for the kick drum, which we're using in today's test, but it also has 2 channels for the hi-hat and 2 channels for the cymbals. So I've done some preparation work for upcoming tests that will include the hi-hat and the cymbal. Designing this module was a real brain twister. I had to really scrape at the bottom of my abilities to get all these 3D paths ending up where I wanted them correctly. So here I'm testing with a marble to see that all the inputs leads to the correct outputs, and I'm very relieved to see that they did. So far everything looks good. This is the prime example of the form function. I didn't design this to look good, I just designed it to work good, but I actually really like it.
8,000 marbles played, 0 failed. Take a look at this new floor. So clean.
When I designed the new marble movers, I knew I wanted them to be removable, and this has proven to be extremely useful. So now I can remove all the marble droppers to make space to drill some holes in this horizontal bar. The plywood module rests on this horizontal bar, and I can attach it from below with screws. It's really nice to see this plywood monster in place. I think it looks really cool.
10,000 marbles, 0 fail. We are on our way to the goal of the 15,000 marbles.
Let's celebrate this marble milestone by updating the score. So when I update the orange cell to 10,000 marbles, the score in the green cell updates automatically to 0.11. We're already closer to beating the high score. And in the last video, I caused a huge controversy by using this spreadsheet plus an extra calculator on the top, which is of course a very memorable facepalm moment provided by yours truly. As many of you pointed out, a spreadsheet is a calculator in itself and can of course be used much more efficiently. So I made this new spreadsheet using this function for the score calculation. This is not only more efficient, it's also really satisfying in a special way only a spreadsheet can be. So really, thanks everyone for the video.
12,000 marbles, 0 fails. I thought I just show you how nice these music levers work. So, no kick drum, no snare drum, kick drum, no kick drum, snare drum, kick drum. It's so cool, this muting system is so great. Let's add some high-end machine. That is kind of cool. We designed them using levers so I can pull them anytime, nothing goes wrong. I think that is pretty cool. Played 0 fails, and boom! The Wintergatan sheet music collection. Check this out. I always wanted to make a book like this.
The Wintergatan sheet music collection includes all published Wintergatan music. If you go to Wintergatan.net, you can buy the physical book or download the digital PDF version. For the digital version, we have a pay what you want option. You can enter the price 0 and download the PDF completely for free, or you choose to add a voluntary payment if you want to. You can put the PDF on your digital devices. If you're a teacher, you can send the PDF to your music students or print sheets from individual songs on your printer.
Don't do that.
illustrated by Genie and transcribed by Jonas. Both of them did an awesome job on this book, and I'll leave a link in the description to them both. In the free download section of the website, you can find all the audio files to all the music in the book, and also a license to use any Wintergatan song as background music on your video and live stream. I'm really happy that I can share the digital version for free. This is thanks to the generous support from all Wintergatan patrons and YouTube members. And looking at the history of the patronage system, I found out that artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Shakespeare, and Mozart all were supported by patrons. And even though I'm not making any other comparison here between me and them, it's kind of cool to know that we are in good company and the patronage system has such historic roots. So thanks everyone for giving me the time to create art and giving me the opportunity to share it for free with everyone.
Back to the normal text. 16,000 marbles, everything perfect, 0 fails.
To bring the marbles from the plywood module and into the marble droppers, I'm using acrylic pie. And I need corn flour and a medical silicone rod of 18mm to do this properly. It's kind of difficult to bend these acrylic pipes perfectly, so I've designed this whole design to make the acrylic pipes short and manageable. I'm doing one pipe at a time, and when both are done, I can put them in simultaneously. The next pipe was much harder to bend correctly, so I created a pipe bending jig and started to machine it on the CNC machine when this happened.
I forgot to unmark the face font value requires a bread and butter of this challenge. So this is what's left of the screw here. Perfect method, perfect result. You're watching Wintergatan.
Despite the screw-up, this bending jig performed brilliantly. And the jig is designed so it doesn't only provide the bend, it also provides my cut of my part. So when I'm cutting the pipe off, I only have to rest the saw against the side of the jig, and that's exactly where the pipe needs to be cut off. I've been practicing bending acrylic pipes a lot in this process, and I think these are among the best pipes I have ever made. All 4 pipes are nearly identical, and they fit into the machine perfectly.
18,000 clean floor.
20,000 marbles played, 1 fail gives us 0.21, a new all-time record for marble machine.
played, 1 failed. 26,000 marbles played, 2 failed. 28,000 marbles played, 3 failed. 30,000 marbles, 4 failed. Another one missed the funnel.
30,000 marbles is the most we have ever played on one machine, and I have a new high score of 0.32.
We played 34,000 marbles, 4 failed. 36,000 marbles played, 4 failed. 40,000 marbles, 4 fails. Wow!
All 4 failed marbles missed the kick drum funnel on the left side and landed up on the floor, and I have a nice idea for how to solve the funnel issue once and for all, but I will save that topic for another new video.
The kick dropper is doing great, but when I was building it, I had an issue with the pressure that I wanted to show you how I solved.
Okay, so now we see if the pressure of this marble is correct. Let's open the gate. Ooh, that looks perfect. Perfect. Okay, snare is all good. Let's try the kick. Oh, it's very slow. Oh, scared of this. Yeah, it's too slow. Look. It's coming, but it's slow. There's too much resistance in this time. So now I'm really happy that I designed everything in modules. I can take everything apart, open these marble lanes out, and try to remove some of the friction. When I machined this part, I programmed the CNC machine deliberately to leave these ripples here, because I thought these ripples would create extra friction. You can actually hear them here. So first I'm sanding the ripples down to remove that extra friction, and then I'm putting graphite powder and working the powder into the wood. This will make the marble slide even better against the plywood. I hope this will help. Moment of truth. Will the marbles flow faster now? Try. No. So we're just on the cusp of low enough resistance. But this gate can never run dry. That's a big risk for the machine. So this is not working the way I want it to. I decided to go the no-compromising route and design a machine some new pressure part. So here to the right is the new less friction part. So in the old path here it's like 10 marbles, and in the new path only 5. So now for the real moment of truth, will the marbles feed correctly? Yeah, you should. Perfect. Wow. Please be good on this one. Oh yes. Perfect.
48,000 marbles played. Only 10 minutes left to 50,000 marbles. We're still only 4 marbles on the floor. After I move this funnel a little bit to the left, no marbles on the floor for the last like 30,000 marbles. Wow. 4 hours, 10 minutes. I'll have a snare drum nightmare tonight, I can tell you that. 20 seconds to go. This reminds me of a Starship SN8. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
while the machine makes the most beautiful sound, right? When I slow it down. And did you hear that? Final result of the test is 50,000 marbles paid, 4 failed, and a score of 0.53, which is an all-time record for the marble machine X. And if we look at the scores in the chart like this, we can see the big progress jump we made from this test compared to the last one. Actually, I don't think this could have gone any better than it did. I think this is an amazing success. It's exactly like SN8, SpaceX Starship. The idea is not how well we perform, the idea is how much we can learn. Everything I put on now since my redesign has worked like I intended. This design is the snare drum. I basically just copied it to put it on the kick drum, and it just delivers. No issue with these marble gates. They've been delivering 50,000 marbles with no problem. Everything just works. That was part of my redesign. You're not watching me building a machine. You're watching me learning how to build a machine. I set a goal for myself that was way above my skill level, and basically last year has been me going to school on mechanical design. And it's more and more obvious that all the marbles that are on the floor comes from the marbles missing the funnels. So once I get a grip on that, it's just onwards and upwards from here. Thank you so much for following this crazy dream of mine. I wish you all a fantastic day, and check out the free download section on the website. All the best. See you on the next one.